Hey guys, it is your friendly neighborhood headbanger Terry, and I thought that I would come to you and make a video to talk to you about how you're doing with the quarantining process. Here in Tennessee, we are now under a stay safer at home order from our Governor Lee, who was a little bit behind the curve but finally made it there. Lord love him, as we would say here in the South, or bless his heart, as we would say here in the South. And by that, I mean, you idiot. Anyway, but we're here now, and that's the important thing. So we're quarantining, and I know that some of you guys are getting a little stir crazy, maybe, getting a little crazy. So I had a few ideas, some humorous, some serious, about how to deal with your quarantine issues. Everyone in my house is quarantined with the exception of my husband, who is going to work. His work, he works for a chemical plant, so his work is considered essential because a lot of the things that his plant makes goes into making other things that are essential. So in order to keep the supply chain for those essential things going, he has to keep going. But they are taking lots of precautions at his place of work, and so I feel pretty good about that. Doing temperature checks on the way in, lots of hand sanitizer everywhere, wiping controls and everything's down in the place where he works. So I feel pretty good about that. So that's good. Let's see. Just a little PSA: no matter how good you feel, still quarantine, because sometimes the virus is asymptomatic, and that means that you could be carrying to someone who would not do as well with it as you are. And a good example of that is my sister. She takes an immunosuppressant for a chronic disorder she has. She has MS. And so she cannot fight off infections as easily. And so, think of people like her, or people who are elderly, or people who have underlying health conditions when you go out, because you're not just taking yourself out, you're taking you and everything that might be hitching a ride with you out to everyone that you meet. So just, those of you who are doing essential jobs and you do have to go out, thank you. Thank you, first of all, for doing that and for keeping our little world turning, to the extent that it is. And we could not be without you. Our medical personnel, our police personnel, the people who pick up our trash, people who fix our cars, people who are providing oil, providing energy services, just all those people. Thank you so much for what you're doing. We really, really do appreciate it. I think it's a really cool thing. In New York, every day at 7 o'clock, they go out outside or open their windows or whatever, and they clap for the essential people, the people who are doing essential services. They clap for them, they yell for them, and I think that's really cool. That's a neat thing. We probably couldn't really do that much in my city. My city is kind of spread out. I mean, it's not teeny tiny. It's got about 50,000 people in it, but it's kind of spread out. So there's not like a metro area per se, but still, I think that's a pretty cool idea. So, okay. First of all, first thing I want to tell you about is to stop worrying about toilet paper. Just stop worrying about toilet paper. Because there are a lot of things in your house that could function as toilet paper. I'm not going to go into them. I'm sure you can figure it out. I mean, there are people that use to this day cloth diapers for their babies. So yeah, there's, you don't have to have just toilet paper. What you do have to have is coffee. Because while a lot of things can function as toilet paper, only coffee can function as coffee. This is a Javalia bag. Do a little ASMR here for you. Little crinkles. Can you tell I watch a lot of ASMR? I do. This is a bag of Javalia mocha. See this nice little chocolate here on the picture. This stuff is amazing. My sister got me this for Christmas. She got me 2 bags. One bag's already gone, and I'm now on bag number 2. So what you can do is you can, and we have a lot of different types of coffee in my house. As a matter of fact, at this moment, I'm having a cup of coffee. Yum. It does happen to be decaf, which I know if people know me, probably wonder if I've been like possessed or if I've been taken over by pod people. But it is 10:43 at night. I'm filming at night because it's easier to film at night. And I don't want to be awake until next Thursday. So I am having decaf coffee, but it does have Nestle creamy chocolate creamer in it, and it has 2 shots of caramel syrup. So cheers. Anyway, so one of the ideas I came up with is that if you have different types of coffee in your house, you could brew them all and do a taste test. That'd be a way to kill some time. You could even put your results, you could use Excel and put your results on a spreadsheet. No, that's probably not going to happen, is it? I gave up Excel the minute I got through with statistics in grad school. I never plan to use Excel again as long as I live. But you could do it. Or you could just do a taste test and say, I like this better, I like this better. Don't drink out of the same cup. No, 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 no. Don't do that. Everybody gets a different cup for every coffee, but you could do that. Now, if you don't like coffee, you could do tea. And this is a holiday berry tea that my friend, I'll call her Kay, got me for Christmas one year. In fact, one year, Kay gave me, I'm thinking like 10 or 12 boxes of this stuff from Twinings. I don't know. It's a British company, I believe. So anyway, I have many boxes of this brand of tea. I have this, and I have one called Winter Spice, which is also very, very yummy. Tap on that a little bit for you. There you go. Anyway, so if you don't drink coffee, you could do your little spreadsheet, your little taste test with tea. That might be fun. We have all kinds of tea here, so that would be fun to do. In fact, I even have homemade Russian tea right here. Yes. That's a cool sound. Sounds like rain on a tin roof. But yeah, you can make your own Russian tea. It's really, really simple. You just need instant tea and lemonade and some sugar and some clove and some allspice. And it's, and tang. You need tang. It's super, super easy to make. So anyway, you could survey your hot beverages and make a taste test of those. So, all right. What else? Okay, you'll see me record my notes because y'all know I go crazy talking if I don't have my notes. Women. Now is the time to go through your makeup. Go through your makeup and whatever doesn't spark joy. That really doesn't work for me because way too much sparks joy for me. I'm very easily entertained. My better thing is if I haven't worn it or used it in a year, then it needs to go. Go through your makeup. That color that you bought when you were feeling freaky and you're like, oh, I'll wear this, whenever, you're not going to wear it. You're just not going to wear it. You've had it for 2 years and you're not going to wear it. Go through your makeup. Get rid of duplicates. Get rid of stuff that you're not using. Do makeovers if you have a daughter. Do makeovers. Do a makeover on your husband. That could be fun. If your husband's like my husband, that's never going to happen. But yeah, do a makeover thing and have some fun with that. But go through your makeup and throw away your old makeup. Have a spa night. If you have a daughter and you've got some Bath and Body stuff around, and Lord knows I have Bath and Body stuff. Bath and Body is an addiction for me. I like to call the Bath and Body store the nice smelling crack house. And it doesn't bother me a bit that I can't go out to a Bath and Body now because that's what online is for. Anyway, so yeah, do a spa night. Do pedicures, manicures. Use your Bath and Body stuff, and spend some time with your girls and have some fun. And guys, you can sit there and watch it and just go, I don't get it, which is okay. Okay, cleaning. Yeah, that's way down on the list. I made that way down on the list. But yeah, you could clean. If you have children, you could have them give them a cleaning contest. Whoever cleans their room better gets an extra roll of toilet paper this week. Because you don't care if they have toilet paper as long as you've got coffee. No, that's true. It actually has sort of put me in mind of cleaning because, we need to be wiping down surfaces anyway and disinfecting. And so my kitchen counter is clean. Yeah, don't really know what to do with that. Okay, so another thing that you can do if you can find it in the grocery store is stock up on sugar and flour and butter and do some baking. We've been doing a lot of baking at McCormick Manor lately. And it's been a lot of fun. We've enjoyed it. My daughter's to the point now where she's just making cookies on her own. I mean, I walked into the living room and I was like, do I smell cookies? And she's like, yeah, I'm baking cookies. I walked in the kitchen and boom, there they were. Super, super, super easy cookie recipe for you guys that you can try. And you can vary this so many kinds of ways. Get a box of cake mix, cheap cake mix, doesn't care, store brand, whatever. And add a half a cup of vegetable oil and 2 eggs. If you can find eggs. Eggs are a little iffy right now, but 2 eggs. And literally, that's it. That's it. It has 3 ingredients. The cake mix, half a cup of vegetable oil, 2 eggs. You can put stuff in it if you want to, like chocolate chips or white chocolate chips or sprinkles or whatever. You roll them into about the size of a golf ball, put them on your cookie sheet, bake them for about 10 to 12 minutes on 350. Dirt simple. And the best ones I have found, I have 2 favorites, and that's red velvet cake mix and yellow cake mix. Yellow cake mix makes very buttery, tasty cookies. They're yummy. They're really, really awesome. Okay, where am I? Okay. Coloring. I don't know if you guys are into color. I love to color. I find it very zen. Now, I have the artistic ability of a drunken sloth. I can't, I'm musical, but I have no artistic ability whatsoever. But you can get adult coloring books. I always feel so weird saying that because I think that, not adult as in like adult books, but adult as in coloring books for adults. And you can get these in any variety of categories. I love Christmas, so I tend to get Christmas ones because I celebrate Christmas all year long. And I have some gel pens that I got. And you can color. That's one that I've colored. Took me about a day to do it. It takes longer than you think because you have to pick your colors out and they don't tell you what color to pick. You just pick your own. And it's just been a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I just put my hand on. Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. Don't touch your mouth. Don't touch your nose. I'm a lesson in what not to do. That's been the story of my life. So there's one I did of an angel. So get some coloring books for you and the kids, and get some gel pens. I recommend Das Kids, DASKIDS. It's really good gel pens, and there's a set that comes with a bunch of glitter pens and metallic pens and neon shade pens, and the refills comes with the set, and it's like in a little zipper pouch, and it's really cool. And no, I'm not sponsored by any of these people, but I should be. Anyway, so yeah, coloring is a lot of fun if you play an instrument. Now is a really good time to get some practice in. If you played an instrument in high school and you still have that instrument like in band or something, break it out and start playing it. Have some fun with it. I no longer have any of my clarinets. At one point I had 3. I don't have any of my clarinets anymore. I sold them because clarinet was never my main instrument. My main instrument has always been piano. But I've been playing some piano to kind of, just chill myself out a little bit. And I'm even working on a song. It's one of Billy Joel's songs called Stormfront. Great song, great album. And it's a little bit difficult because it's kind of a jazzy tune. And jazzy tunes sound good, but they're written really difficultly and they're difficult to play. So I've been working on that. If you can't play an instrument, now would be a great time to take one up. I would really suggest for the sanity of your family that it not be the drums, the clarinet, or the oboe. I say this with love, but now is not the time. I know that because I played a clarinet, and I know that we can play a note that makes mice explode, but it's not one that you want to hear. So let's just not do that, okay? If you are a crafty person, now is a great time to start on Christmas gifts. You can be knitting sweaters, you could be knitting hats, you could be crocheting things for people, you could be doing cross stitch for people. You could try a craft that you've never tried before. Maybe you wanted to cross stitch, but you've only done crochet. Maybe you've wanted to crochet, but you've only knitted. So, if you have got, and I found that people that do crafty things usually have like yarn just like stockpiled somewhere, like a kind of a prepper type thing. And you could probably get your yarn out and, try some stuff. Try some different color combinations or some different stitches or whatever. I am not a crafty person. I am a music person. That is all I am. My hands have a benign tremor to them, and so they're what my career as a brain surgeon and my career is doing anything crafty. If I have to do something that involves, fine motor skills, I just want to kill small animals. So that would not be me doing this, but there are a lot of people. I know people. My sister is very crafty. She's very good at that kind of thing. I've got another friend who knits a lot, and another friend who knits and cross stitches and does beautiful work. So yeah, get that out and start doing some Christmas gifts ahead of time. People will thank you. Journal. Do some journaling. It doesn't have to be a fancy journal. I journal in a notebook. I do my blogs in a notebook. I do my video ideas in a notebook. But this is kind of getting to the serious part now. It's a really good way of taking out the mental trash in your head, because it doesn't need to stay there. And if you can't meditate it away or de-stress yourself away, then journal. And journal can take a lot of different forms. You can do a prayer journal where you write down prayers. You can do a funny journal. Some of my journal entries are meant to be humorous. Some of them are not. Some of them are meant to be informative. But whatever you want to do, just journal. You just might want to get this down and get it out, and maybe you'll look back on it someday and say, wow, I survived COVID-19, and these were my thoughts about it. And some of them were pretty freaking hysterical, because I'm all about the dark humor, folks. All about the dark humor. Dark humor has gotten me through a lot of crap. So yeah, journal. Buy a book, because Amazon is still delivering. Buy a book that is about something that you've always wanted to read about or know about, and you haven't done so before. Buy a book by an author that you've always wanted to read that you haven't read anything by before. Go through your books in your house, and I'll bet you there's one you haven't read but you meant to, or somebody gave you and you never did. And so do that while you've got some downtime, and I realize if you've got a house full of kids who are not at school, downtime may be something you're laughing at right now. But, maybe after they've gone to bed, if they ever go to bed, then you can, have a little time for you, do a little bit of reading. Before bed, I have been saying my rosary. I have an Anglican rosary, which basically looks like a Catholic rosary, except for it doesn't have the Virgin Mary in the middle of it, because we don't place the same amount of importance on Mary as the Catholics do. We do believe she's a saint, but we don't petition her, and that got into way too much detail. But anyway, point being that could be something that you could do as well. And let's see. Okay, well, that's about enough. I mean, I know this quarantine thing is kind of crazy, and I know that we're all kind of trying to find ways to cope. So I hope I gave you some ideas with that. Don't really withhold toilet paper from your kids unless they clean their room really well. Don't send me comments about that. I know. Kids should have toilet paper. I believe that. Toilet paper for the kids. Let's do it. But yeah, I want you guys to know that my friends on Facebook, I pray for you guys, and I even just pray for the whole country. I mean, if you're watching this and I don't know you from Adam's house cat, then you're in my prayers nightly, that everything's going to be okay with you and your family and your loved ones. And this is, this too shall pass. We are going to get out the other side of this, and it's going to be rough and it's going to be difficult, and there are struggles to come, but we will get out the other side of it, because I have now lived long enough, living through 9/11 and the Gulf War and the war in Iraq, that I do know that we come out the other side of things. And coming out the other side, a lot of times we're stronger. So keep being good to yourself. Keep being good to the people around you. Don't hog, don't hoard, don't stockpile. Make sure you leave something for someone else. And I just hope that you guys are doing well. I will see you later.